Assalamualaikum and greetings to my evaluator, Prof. Madia Safiq Moklis and Dr. Nur Aisha Awi. I'm Nur Aqilah Alias, Matric number S54770 and my supervisor is Dr. ZUHA ROSUFILA. Topic for my final year project is perceived risk affecting consumer intention to purchase online healthcare product in Malaysia. The healthcare market has changed irrevocably as consumers have taken a more active role in their own healthcare and choosing conventional buying method, especially during pandemic. While the first Malaysian COVID-19 lockdown in March 2020 has resulted in a demand of purchase online healthcare product. Other researchers also identify 14 healthcare product consumers that have high demand during pandemic was include vitamin, supplements and other products such as personal protective equipment, PPE. For instance, the demand of health-related product result in rise of PPE industry for face mask supply and other related health supplement in Malaysia. But the Ministry of Health Malaysia discovered various issues has occurred and result of the risk when purchase online healthcare product. According to study, demand for online healthcare product that trending on the market now has positive impact on economic growth in Malaysia. However, online shopping for healthcare product may actually cause more harm than good as consumers are exposed to unfamiliar retailer and consumer must be aware of the risks associated with online shopping, which include quality of the product that will be received due to the lack of guarantee about the product safety, effectiveness or quality, and there is no specific drug usage advice provided by a qualified healthcare professional. While acquiring counterfeit good may result in allergic or shortness of breath. Apart from that, consumers who purchase healthcare through online platform may encounter delivery risk as some medication may become unsafe or ineffective as a result of exposure to extreme temperature or humidity during transit from the seller to the customer. While many capsules and even sanitizer must be stored away from the heat, hair, moisture and sunlight to avoid being damaged or losing their effectiveness. Despite that, the Ministry of Domestic Trade and Consumer Affairs indicate that issue regarding online shopping information security report under consumer right was related to account bank scam, while factor of online shopping in internet scam report 23,000 cases that register under KPD and HEP in 2021 compared before the pandemic. Along with that, research question was obtained from the issue that occurred, and the first research question is how the factor can influence consumer intention to purchase online healthcare product in Malaysia. From this question, several factors that can influence consumer will be identified as to accomplish research objective on this study. While the second research question that have been developed is what is the degree of relation perceived risk intention to purchase online healthcare product among Malaysia, and the research objective has been generated from the research question to identify the degree of perceived risk toward customer intention to purchase online healthcare product in Malaysia. According to that, I'm choosing this related topic since risk of purchase online healthcare product was trending due to the demand and issue that has been mentioned before. Despite scope of study that will be covered on this research by using perceived risk theory include independent variables such as financial risk, product risk, time risk, delivery risk, quality risk, social risk, and information security. This research study also carried out with a respondent in the age of 18 years old and above, as millennials remain the key age demographic for online e-commerce. As a result, this category of age will give more accurate feedback and data to this study as they have more experience in purchase online healthcare, especially during pandemic. Moving on to the next part, which is significant study that played an important role for academic reviewer and other researcher. And my significant study are focused for retailer who is involved directly in the healthcare industry to know the significance between perceived risk and consumer intention toward online healthcare product and to improve their quality of service as to gain the trust from consumer. Other than that, pharmaceutical service program by the Ministry of Health Department was launched awareness campaign as guideline for consumer when buying online healthcare. According to that, this study was focused for consumer as to provide them additional information and awareness to consider all the factors and risks before making purchase decision in buying online healthcare. Next is government as reference for government in revising policy and regulation for them to implement, since Malaysia was collaborate with the global anti-counterfeiting group network to prevent dangerous and counterfeit medicine. Next, moving on to the literature review, was based on other researcher and research paper, while theory that has been identified for this study is perceived risk theory, and the paper review for this theory is not from a recent research paper, since the study for this theory found from the developer that developed perceived risk theory, which cite from Bury in 1960 for my better understanding concept on this theory. Aside from that, this theory was referred as the expectancy of loss, and the more the expectation of loss, the higher the degree of risk consumer perceive. This section also conduct with 6 independent variables that consist of financial risk, product risk, time risk, delivery risk, social risk, and information security. And one dependent are consist of online purchase intention. Meanwhile, independent and dependent variable explanation was based on paper from other article and journal. Next is research framework was adapted by Masoud in 2013, and my research framework conduct with 6 independent variable as stated in the figure 2. And intention to purchase online healthcare product as dependent variable of this study. While the final element in this chapter are hypothesis development that consists of 6 independent variables such as financial risk, product risk, time risk, delivery risk, social risk, and information security that have a significant influence towards customer intention to purchase online healthcare product in Malaysia. Lastly, in chapter 3 was methodology. The data in this study was collected by using descriptive research, where consists with online survey questionnaire and quantitative data that been count or measured from demographic data and percentage. Next, population were focused based on respondent around Peninsular Malaysia, which is Northern Region, East Coast Region, Central Region, and Southern Region. Sample size of respondent around 384 distribute to 400 respondent, as target for 100 for each area of Peninsular Malaysia. Next, sample technique was based on Criget and Meagher sample size table by using non-probability and quarter sampling, while data collection of analysis are by using pilot tests sent to 30 respondents, and the data will measure by using SPSS method. Next, reliability works as to identify the questionnaire that has been used are reliable, and Crunch by Alpha method also used as to make sure the respondents are answer the right question that relate to them based on the topic that has been developed, while correlation method were by used to study relationship of the data for each component of independent variable and dependent variable. Lastly, questionnaire details has been designed by using nominal scale for demographic data that consists of 10 questions, while section B until section H for dependent and independent variables consists of 7 questions for each section by using 5 Likert scale. And here are my references from information that has been cited based on the presentation. That's all from me, and thank you, Doctor.